Good day, viewers. Here once again. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Usually, I'll bring you the very best. It is a good news for the Biafrans worldwide. This is coming out. The Russian President Vladimir Putin to build first Russian embassy in Abia State. Currently, the Russian Federation has announced plans to acquire more than 6 plots of land at Brass Junction in Abia State for the construction of its first Russian embassy in the southern east of Nigeria. Biafran evangelists, this is a shock to many. The Russian president, what kind of game is this? Coming to Biafra land to build Russian embassy. What would you have to say concerning this?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever you're watching us from, depending your time zone, may God bless you. God bless. You know why I'm laughing? Why I'm laughing is that he sounds somehow to some people, but it is real. Until when they go to the X, they will now see it. See, Russian President Vladimir Putin intend to correct errors made by the Russians in the 60s. You know, they are the one that fought actually, bombed the Biafrans during the war. You know, they came for negotiation to have a pari passu with late Ojukwu, regarding to the war, regarding to what we are demanding for. And Ojukwu turned them down because Ojukwu was afraid, was scared, as at that time they were number one in the world. So at that time they were that USSR. I don't know if you have heard about it. The USSR, it was Russia as at that time, the world number one. So, and you know what that means? If there should be the one to colonize Biafra, so Ojukwu was afraid of not making a slim mistake, which Nigeria, the Igbos make under the Loluga, the memo emergement, that amalgamation. So, and that then triggered the action of the Russians and their anger, which led them to, when you talk of bomb in Biafra, they are the one that throw, which the man that throw that bomb, should be, if he's still alive now, it should be 87 to 88 years now. The very man that dropped that bomb from Russia. And it was Russian bomb. So now, Vladimir Putin coming up now. Before this step, I want to, digress a little. Before this step, Vladimir Putin said, he had issue with Ukraine. As they were fighting, the UK, the Europeans were sending arms. They all came out in support of Ukraine, including Germany, France, UK, and the others, which made Putin to get angry. And he vowed that he was going to fight them politically. And he started, cutting off gas. They are the one that gas rich in the world, and they are the ones supplying gas to the Europeans. So he started cutting off their gas, started giving them high rates, punishing them with that. So Europeans were short of production. Are you hearing me? So they were short of what? Production. And as a result of that short of production, so they were somehow being stagnant. And this thing led to German withdrawal from that backup. You understand? Germany now withdrew. So, but the France and UK now gave Ukraine the long range, which they used against Russia, and it was against the law of that war. So Russia now Putin now a vow that he was going to deal with them. That is not going to fight them weapon to weapon, but he will fight them diplomatically and politically. And that was how he sent some men and supported the movement of freedom in Niger. And that was how Niger fought France and burned everything about France, both their flag, both every activities of, and they cut the tie with the France. You understand? And they sent France out of their land, their country. The same hand he moved again to Senegal. The same thing happened in Senegal. The same thing happened in Mali. The same thing happened in Burkina Faso, which Ibrahim Traore today. I can remember when Ibrahim Traore, they discovered one this thing. Putin said they are not coming to dig it, to extract from them, but he will train their own people. Then they will use their hand to run the business. There is no interested in their resources. He's interested in their total freedom from the enemy. And France and just like the UK, they were the one controlling this people. Did you know that their central bank of all this francophone in Africa, their central bank is not here in Africa, but in France. Do you understand? So, which is very, very, you know, not, it's not normal. It's not normal. I wonder how can somebody say that they have independence, he has freedom, he's a sovereign nation. The same person, his central bank will not be in his country. Rather, it will be in the colonial master bank. Just the same way the British make Nigerian seaport this thing in head office in UK instead of being in Nigeria. You got it. So see why Putin is playing this game diplomatically to break the wings of these European giants, especially this France and UK that are claiming to be giants in one of the giants in the world. And your giantism and every of your uh, uh, bragging strength whatsoever is coming, 70% of them is coming from Africa. Yet you don't want development in that same place. You don't want them to be developed and you don't want to develop them and you don't want to give them some idea for a better, leadership. And that was what Putin looked at and he now capitalized on it to give them that freedom, which today, if you know Burkina Faso before, try and visit Burkina Faso today, you will know that Burkina Faso has gone far and wide. Today, do you know that they are producing this pawpaw juice?
Mm.
They have started producing mango juice. They have started producing so many mineral resources on their own, and they are selling now and they are making more money than ever before when they were under colonial master liquidation and intimidation. And at the same time, the UK. And why is coming to build that embassy now in Aba, to be precise, Eastern region? I will give you the gist. One, the Biafrans has come to stay. Two, he is backing Biafra, is in support of Biafra, but he doesn't want to make it openly until now. Three, the UK wings must be broken. Do you understand? And how did they break the UK wings? Is by supporting Biafra and pulling Biafra. Because the UK enjoyment and bragging and boasting of oil. The UK doesn't have oil. They are sucking Nigerian oil. And that oil in Nigeria is the oil in Biafra land. So backing, establishing this embassy will enable Biafra to stand, to rise and to defend their integrity. And at the same time, pushing UK resources and economy backward instead of rising them up, pushing them back. So that fight still remains in his heart, and he wants to make sure that he will do everything vividly well in his own reach to do what? To destroy UK resources, financial horsepower. You see why he's coming to build that. And at the same time, to make an amend of the mistake that the Russians has made against the Igbos in the 60s. So he want to reconcile. He want to amend. He want to, bring that peace and unity back. Because you know what it means. You know that this Igbo, within 3 months, 90 days of the war, mass destruction was constructed by the British, by the Biafrans during the war, within the space of 90 days. You know what that means? It takes those that think deep to do what, to produce such a thing. If you're not a good thinker, you cannot be productive. A good thinker is the people that do what that produces. So now I have seen it that aligning with the Biafra is the best option. And they want to use this opportunity as well to back up Biafra and to back out to UK. And you know what it means? Him being present. And Israel too is pointing of coming to East. Do you understand? And imagine we are 2 horsepower. So who can be the people where we put it that will come in if finally Biafra is being announced? Because it's going to be announced and nothing is going to stop it because Israel is serious about it. So are you now going to bomb Russia embassy? If you dare try it, and you know, say, good thing is Mr. No Nonsense. Anybody that tries it will collect it instantly. Because according to their own law, Russia law, if you hold their citizen within 24 hours, you release it. Failure to do that, they will kill their citizen and kill you, John. They don't care. They will waste it. They will make sure you see that place, they level it. They don't care about that citizen again. But you over, that is you over collect. You see why many countries are avoiding them. You get it? So establishing that is a plus to our agitation. It's a plus to our dream. It's a plus to what we are looking for. And it shows that we are safe and we are getting what we are looking for. That is what it means. Because if we are not a sovereign nation, they will not be thinking of coming to build. Do you know what it means? 6 acres of land in Abia State. That is the heart of Biafra.
Brass Junction.
At Brad Junction. Do you understand? That is the heart of Biafra. The heart bleeding of Biafra. That is the place. That means Biafra has come. Everybody, they are just strategizing because it's a place, it's an economy place. Biafra is economy land. It's a place whereby you enter, you blossom, your business flow, your economy increase. So they want to expand their own economy. They want to rise because they are the rising sun. I don't know if you have seen our slogan. Our slogan says IPOB USB. IPOB USB. USB, the land of rising sun. Everybody want to join the land of rising sun because we are the next sun that is going to come out from the east. And once we rise from the east, the whole Africa will begin to reshuffle and then we rise to the fullness of the global that God has made us to be. You see why they are fighting Biafra not to do what? Not to stand. Because we become an opener to every other African nations. And we begin to bring the best. You see why the UK ants are doing everything humanly possible to stop Biafra from not standing.
Well said, Reverend Evangelist, as usual, super analysis. Now, this is my question. Why are the world powers so much interested currently? This will be a shock to many Biafrans because Russian country has never said anything concerning Biafra. Now they took everybody by surprise by building their own embassy. It has never happened in Nigeria and is now in Biafra land. What do you think triggered this? What do you think made them to choose Abia State, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home state? And do you think is as a result of this Mazi Nnamdi Kanu crucifixion and ill treatment that is triggering the world powers, especially Russia, to come and do this powerful state, to come and make this powerful statement?
I've told you, action speaks louder than voice. They don't need to talk, but they need to act. Donald Trump has been talking. Has he ever acted? We need an action. We don't need talking. So him now coming, it shows it's even more serious. You get the point? That him is more serious than Donald Trump. That is what it means. And that is the message. And at the same time, he want to partner with the cake and the blessing of Biafra. And thirdly, he have seen the right side of the other side that is pure and truth. No mago mago. Do you know how many times Nigeria and UK have played Russia?
Nigeria and UK?
Yes, Nigeria and UK. They played Russia because it was Russia that joined to fight that's why UK say no victory, no victory. It was Russia bomb that they used against the Biafrans. And before they even came to fight that war against the Igbos, against the Biafrans, they were being misled. So that as a result of that, they now join their enemy unknowingly to them. Now they are confirming it. And the secondary, you know, UK is a country. They will know how to play people. They will promise you without fulfilling it. They know how to use you without paying. You understand? They are good, they use and dump, just like Nigeria, the way they use Igbos and dump them. Some people like Okorocha, Ngiga, and the rest of them, they have used them, they have dumped them. You get the point? So they are good. That is the pattern of the UK. So which, as it is now, they have used Russia and they have failed. They used Russia in 1967 war, Civil War, Biafra War. Now they have failed to fulfill their own part. Now, instead of them to stand as part of the war powers to support France, because when they were in this thing, Russia, to support Russia, when they were in distress, Russia supported them. They call Russia, Russia supported them. Now, Russia now stand, them now work again. So is it not betrayal? So Russia too want to retaliate. That is why you see them coming to Aba, to be precise. You see these people that you that have been fighting. We fought to them before because you deceive us. Now we are coming to defend them. You see that thing you are gaining that makes you to be proving stubborn, even support fighting against me that help you. Now we fight you back in a way, and I will use them because your boogerness is from them. So I want to cut to the once I cut to the ties, UK is gone. So that is why. And God bless you.